What's up, you guys? It's Matt here. So, I've been getting a lot of questions lately about one position, and I think I like the position, so I wanted to see how it would play out for the last couple of days. And we're going to get into this. You probably already know what it is by the thumbnail, maybe the title, all of that stuff. But we're going to be talking about Walt Disney. We're going to be talking about Disney and the position of where that's going to go. And basically, why I think that we might see this as a good swing trade opportunity for the next couple of months. Maybe you can take out some shares or an options play or whatever you wanted to do. But I think we might actually see some positivity going into this position. So we're going to dive into this in a little bit. Guys, make sure you hit the like button. Also hit that subscribe button for more videos like this one. And make sure that you get your free stocks with Webull down below. Don't forget to check out some of the links in the description. It does help out the channel. So let's go ahead and dive into this. We're looking at this breakdown. So we're going to look at a technical analysis for Walt Disney. It's going to be a very straightforward. I don't really look at a ton of detail when it comes to positions. I just try and break some things down here and there to kind of prove my point. I know there's a lot of people that will see when somebody looks at technical analysis and something they already have a position in, or something that they want to get in, they kind of make themselves see what they want to see. But I believe that you can actually see something a little bit different here. And if it does go against me in any way, I'm all for, making your play and seeing whatever errors I do have and calling it out. Please do so. I am very transparent with all of my positions, and I'm going to tell you, as you can see on the screen, I already have a call position with Disney. And this is after, what I did today and actually made a quick buck off of the growth. But we can see here that the growth was pretty good if we're looking at the last year, right? We can see when it had that decrease down to a level to where March of 2020, where the pandemic, happened, and everything was like closing, and Walt Disney was taking a hit. Nobody was going to Disney World, Disneyland. All like you couldn't really do that. Quarantine was a big deal, right? So we saw things really shut down. Right, you saw this go down to a price of $79, which was a great buying point for a lot of people. You see this at some of these low points, and you're like, "Oh man, I could have gotten in here and rode this all the way up to 200." Well, not a lot of people thought that this was going to stop falling, that a lot of positions were not going to stop falling. So that's why, a bunch of people are like, oh, I missed out on that. It's because only certain people actually got into the position, or you just didn't hit your price point and then it continued to run on you or something like that. But as we saw it continue throughout the year, you saw it at the end of 2020, and that's where you started to see this large increase here, a real jump and pull away from the 200 EMA, the 15 moving average pulling so far away, the VWAP pulling so far away from the 200 EMA. And you could see the growth. The growth potential was great, hitting different highs. You could see it hit this point that we will see factor into the future. We can see this point to where it did hit factor into the future. Obviously, this point as well, and seeing that high, that peak point of 203. Now, at that 203 mark, we started to see things fall down. Now, that was in March of 2021. We started to see that fall down. To basically where it started in March, it ended in March, and now you start to see this fall down just a little bit, but it's not like a massive fall to where you saw it drop all the way down to previous lows, right? It's a slow, consistent fall, more towards a consolidation as of late. But then you see the last couple of, like maybe the last month or so, you started to see this really drop down and really dip down. One of its more aggressive dips that you have seen in this position. Now, as you can see here, I have this marked off because it is a gap up. Now, anytime you see a gap up, you're waiting for that future fill of that gap. When is that fill going to happen of that gap? Well, we did have a little instance to where it did visit that portion or visit that part, but it didn't fill that gap. You still have a portion of that gap there. So when is it going to fill it? And that's what I was waiting for. As people were asking me for what's going to happen with Disney and where this is going to go, that was really the question. What was going to happen there? And were we going to see this gap being filled? Were we going to see this jump after hitting that high of 203? Are we going to see it break over 200? And that was a question for me. I wanted to see it fill this gap before I saw anything else. And you saw it start to decrease, and it consistently decreased. I thought maybe we would see a touch point and fill the gap here. Maybe we would have another touch point. It would create another high and then dip down to fill this gap here. But you can see currently, in the current day, you can see that it is filling that gap, actually decreased lower and had a kind of a little bit of a bullish sign. You kind of want confirmation, but I went in thinking we would see that bullish sign without that extra day of confirmation. So this is kind of on me. If this doesn't play out the way that I think it is, then I just didn't wait for that confirmation to tell me the truth, really. So we can see here we have these touch points, like I said, that will play out in the future, where we have these retest points of Walt Disney as of today, right? You can see in September, you had this touch point up here at 189, where it was increasing and then slowly or quickly fell. Then you see this touch point here at 179 to where it did quickly fall yet again, fell all the way down, actually had another gap to where I believe that gap might end up being filled as well. But let's push that to the side for right now. You can see here that I'm looking at this as a very bullish move. The reason why I'm looking at this as a bullish move is because of the hammerhead, lollipop candlestick that we're seeing here with the long wick at the bottom, the very strong buy power within the day. And that may just be, one candlestick. This was kind of a little bit of an indecision candlestick, which I wanted to understand exactly what was going to be done there. And seeing a longer wick here, I needed a little bit more confirmation to see a little bit more strength, because you're seeing strength by fighting back and forth, seeing that spinning top candlestick right there, and seeing something with a little wick at the bottom, or a bigger wick at the bottom, and a little wick at the top, showing that it has more buying pressure. And then seeing this confirmation of basically a hammerhead candlestick right there, showing a long tail, or I guess you can look at it as a stingray, right? But it's showing that long tail to where it is going to stop at that level, maybe bounce off that level, and we'll see a strong push, maybe to find a way to fill that gap or resist at this mark. Now, if it resists at this mark, this will be a good gain. It'll be somewhere around like $1,000 for me, because of the call option. But if you had any shares, you can obviously see that grow throughout time. I have a call option for January 2022, so it's a couple of months out. So if this does play out short term, I can play it out short term. If it happens long term and we see a large jump, then we could see that large jump as well. But I'm all for taking profits. For me, I'm going to find a way to probably, if it happens short term, we're probably going to see a point to take profits at the 15 moving average at this level. So it's probably going to be somewhere around right here, maybe. And it might even be up to this level. So as we go down and we follow this trend line going down this way, I can't draw a trend line because I don't know how to do that right now. I think it's control line. Yeah, I can draw a trend line. Maybe I can't. I can draw a trend line basically saying that I would get to like somewhere right here in the next couple of days, maybe 163, 164, and find that resistance point there. Or we might see a strong fill of that gap. And in the after hours market, we did see that it was up 4% at one point. So all in all, I'm saying what I'm going to do in this position is I have a call option. This is how I'm going to play it out. This is where I see this going. Long term, I actually see this getting back to a point to where it does find a way to surpass this 179 and 190. And that's where I will take some of my profits, maybe put it into a longer call option to see where that ends up getting to in the future. So that's my opinion on Disney. Let me know what you think about this position. I wanted to do a technical analysis, a full breakdown of something different, because typically I'm talking about Loopring, AMC, Shiba Inu, and hopefully you guys enjoy this, because I want to do more technical breakdowns of different positions here on out to understand what's going on here. Also factor in some news, break down some more things than just looking at AMC, GME, Loopring, Shiba Inu, because I do hold those positions, but I also don't want to just flood my channel with everything that's there. You know what I mean? So hopefully you guys respect that, and we can grow this thing and actually, grow our portfolios and our wealth together. That's what it's all about. Understanding different positions, understanding what I see in other positions. Because if I just talk about Shiba Inu and AMC, yes, it's great to talk about these things, but I also want to be able to let you guys see other positions or other opportunities that are out there. So hopefully you respect that. If you don't, and you think I should just continue with all of those, I will still do those videos, but I want to add more to the plate, to my plate. Just let me know. Make sure you guys hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit that notification bell for more videos like this one. Also, check out some of the links in the description. It does help out the channel, as well as, checking out my Twitch account. I stream every day, and I stream on YouTube and Twitch. So if you like Twitch better, please follow me over there. Even if you have an account and you like YouTube better, follow me over there. I want to grow that account to something bigger. But also, one more thing, my Patreon. If you guys want more detail about stocks, lately it's been a lot of crypto, or just all around investments, then go over there to the Patreon, sign up for the Discord group, all of that stuff. It's going to help you out a lot, and it will help me out because I love to get second opinions. And if you guys are active, you always hear from me. So anyways, I'm going to get out of here. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next